Well, what a night that was in Wrocław. Chelsea Football Club, what a performance. They've only gone and done it, lifting the UEFA Conference League trophy. The final score, a thumping 4-1 against a very good Real Betis side. It all happened on Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, a date that will now be etched in Chelsea folklore forever. This wasn't just any trophy, this was a statement. It was a testament to their resilience, their quality, and their undeniable European pedigree. The Blues showed the world they mean business. This victory tastes extra sweet for so many reasons. For the new American owners, Todd Boehly and Clear Lake Capital, this is their first piece of major silverware since taking the reins in 2022. You could see the delight on their faces. It's a massive moment, a reward for their investment and their vision for the club. And what a way to cap off Enzo Maresca's first season as manager. He's brought Champions League football back to Stamford Bridge with a fourth-place Premier League finish, and now a European trophy in the cabinet. What a start for the Italian gaffer. The significance of this win, though, it stretches far beyond just this season. With this Conference League triumph, Chelsea have achieved something truly remarkable. They've become the first club ever to win all four major UEFA club competitions, the Champions League, the Europa League, the now defunct Cup Winners' Cup, and now the Conference League. It's an incredible grand slam of European titles. It just shows the consistent level of excellence this club has produced over the decades. A truly historic achievement for the West London side. The journey was tough. The final was a real battle, especially in that first half. But Chelsea, they dug deep. They found that champion spirit when it mattered most. The scenes at the final whistle were incredible. Blue flags waving, fans singing their hearts out, players embracing. It was a culmination of a long, hard season, and the joy was palpable. This victory sends a clear message. Chelsea are back, and they're hungry for more. A fantastic night for English football, and a fantastic night for the Blues. The magnificent Wrocław Stadium, or the Tarczyński Arena, as it's also known in Poland, was the chosen venue for this grand occasion. A fine stadium, absolutely buzzing. Nearly 40,000 fans, 39,754 to be precise, packed into the stands, creating an electric atmosphere. You could feel the anticipation building hours before kick-off. Chelsea fans had travelled in their thousands, draped in blue, full of hope and expectation. Real Betis supporters, equally passionate, brought a vibrant splash of green and white. It was a proper European final setting, just as it should be. The journey to Wrocław wasn't a straightforward one for Chelsea. They navigated a demanding Conference League campaign, facing tricky opponents and long-away trips. Manager Enzo Maresca had to rotate his squad, keep players fresh, all while battling in the Premier League. To reach the final was an achievement in itself, a testament to the squad's depth and the manager's tactical nous. They earned their place on this grand stage, no doubt about that. Every player knew what was at stake, a chance to write their names into the history books of this famous club. However, the build-up to the game wasn't without its troubles, unfortunately. Reports emerged of some fan disorder in the city of Wrocław before the match. It's always a shame when these things happen. We heard that around 28 arrests were made. You just hope everyone stays safe and focuses on the football. Thankfully, once inside the stadium, the atmosphere was largely passionate but positive. The focus shifted to the pitch, where two teams were ready to give their all for European glory. The stakes were incredibly high. The pre-match rituals, the anthems, the roar of the crowd, it all added to the drama. You could see the concentration on the players' faces as they lined up. For Chelsea, it was a chance to end their season on a massive high. For Real Betis, it was an opportunity to cause an upset and claim a prestigious European title. The referee, Irfan Pello, had the responsibility of overseeing proceedings. Everything was in place for a memorable final. The tension was almost unbearable as the teams prepared for kickoff. The game kicked off at 7 p.m, and from the very first whistle, Real Betis looked sharp. They came out of the blocks with real intent, clearly not intimidated by the occasion or their opponents. The Spanish side, managed by the experienced Manuel Pellegrini, moved the ball quickly, showing their technical quality. Chelsea, in contrast, seemed a little bit hesitant, perhaps a touch overawed by the pressure initially. They struggled to find their rhythm in the opening exchanges, and Betis looked to capitalize on any nervousness from the Blues. It didn't take long for that early Betis pressure to tell. Just 9 minutes into the game, the deadlock was broken. Abde Izalzouli, the talented Moroccan winger, found the back of the net for Real Betis. It was a well-worked goal, with the experienced Isco providing the crucial assist. The Betis fans erupted. It was the worst possible start for Chelsea. Conceding so early in a final can really knock your confidence. You could see the Chelsea players looking a bit stunned. Suddenly, the mountain they had to climb looked even steeper. Chelsea captain Reece James, who would later play a crucial role, admitted the team's struggles. He said, "I thought in the first half we were flat. The game didn't go our way early on, and it looked like it took a lot out of us." He hit the nail on the head there. Chelsea looked disjointed. Passes went astray, and they found it difficult to penetrate the well-organised Betis defence. The Spanish side were energetic, closing down quickly and denying Chelsea any space to operate in midfield. It was a frustrating period for the Londoners. As the first half wore on, Betis seemed comfortable, happy to protect their lead and hit Chelsea on the counter-attack. Chelsea huffed and puffed, but they couldn't find a way through. The creative sparks just weren't there. Cole Palmer, who would later become the hero, was relatively quiet in the opening period, well marshalled by the Betis defence. The half-time whistle blew, with Real Betis leading 1-0. Enzo Maresca had a massive team talk on his hands. Something needed to change, and fast, if Chelsea were to turn this final around. The half-time interval was absolutely crucial for Chelsea. You can only imagine the scene in that dressing room. Manager Enzo Maresca, known for his calm demeanour, would have had some strong words for his players. They needed to find a response, and they needed to find it quickly. The introduction of captain Reece James at half-time also seemed to inject some much-needed urgency and leadership onto the pitch. He's a player who leads by example, and his presence was immediately felt down that right flank, offering an attacking outlet and defensive solidity. Whatever Maresca said, it clearly worked wonders. Chelsea emerged for the second half looking like a completely different team. There was a new intensity in their play, a renewed sense of purpose. They started to press higher up the pitch, forcing Betis into mistakes. The passing was crisper, the movement was sharper. The Chelsea fans, who had been somewhat subdued after conceding early, found their voices again, roaring their team on. It was clear that the Blues weren't going to go down without a fight. The game was far from over. The shift in momentum was palpable. Chelsea began to dominate possession, pinning Betis back into their own half. The Spanish side, who had looked so comfortable in the first period, suddenly found themselves under immense pressure. The Blues were winning the crucial 50-50 battles in midfield, and they started to create chances. You could sense that an equaliser was coming. The question was, who would be the one to provide that vital spark, that moment of magic to get them back on level terms? All eyes were on Chelsea's attacking talents. Cole Palmer, who had a relatively quiet first half by his high standards, began to drift into dangerous areas, looking to pick the lock of the Betis defence. He started demanding the ball, trying to make things happen. His clever movement and incisive passing started to cause real problems for the tiring Betis backline. The young Englishman was clearly determined to leave his mark on this final. His growing influence was a key factor in Chelsea's resurgence. The stage was set for him to take centre stage in a dramatic second-half turnaround. Section 5. Palmer's masterclass, The Comeback Ignites. As Chelsea continued to push, their efforts were finally rewarded in the 65th minute. And who was at the heart of it? None other than Cole Palmer. He delivered an absolutely perfect cross into the box. Rising highest to meet it was Enzo Fernandez. The Argentine midfielder, a World Cup winner, showed his class with a powerful header that flew past the Betis goalkeeper. The Chelsea fans went wild. 1-1, game on. It was a brilliantly executed goal, and Palmer's delivery was simply exquisite. That's the quality he brings. The equaliser completely changed the complexion of the game. Suddenly, all the momentum was with Chelsea. You could see the belief surging through the players in blue. They smelled blood. And just 5 minutes later, they struck again. Once more, it was that man Cole Palmer orchestrating the attack. He whipped in another dangerous ball from the right-hand side. This time, it was Nicholas Jackson who got on the end of it. bundling the ball into the net off his chest. A poacher's finish, but they all count. 2-1 to Chelsea. What a turnaround. In the space of just 5 minutes, Chelsea had gone from trailing to leading. Cole Palmer, with 2 incredible assists, had single-handedly dragged his team back into the contest and then propelled them into the lead. His vision, his technique, his composure under pressure, it was all on display. He was unplayable during that period. The Betis players looked shell-shocked. They had been in control, and now suddenly the game was slipping away from them. The noise from the Chelsea end was deafening. They knew their team was on the verge of something special. The impact of Palmer's contributions cannot be overstated. He didn't just provide assists, he provided belief. He unlocked a Betis defence that had looked so solid for over an hour. His ability to create something out of nothing is what makes him such a special talent. Manager Enzo Maresca's decision to give Palmer a more central role in the second half, allowing him to roam and find space, proved to be a masterstroke. The young Englishman was repaying his manager's faith in spectacular fashion on the biggest stage. The comeback was well and truly on. Section 6 goals galore, Chelsea take control. With a 2-1 lead, Chelsea didn't sit back. They went for the kill. The confidence was flowing through the team and they continued to pour forward, looking to extend their advantage. Real Betis, to their credit, tried to respond, but Chelsea's defence, marshalled by the experienced Thiago Silva, stood firm. The midfield, with Moises Caicedo now bossing proceedings alongside Fernandes, was dominant. The Blues were playing with a swagger, a real champion's mentality. Every player seemed to be at the top of their game now. Then, in the 83rd minute, the game was effectively put to bed. Substitute Jadon Sancho, who had come on to add fresh legs and attacking impetus, produced a moment of individual brilliance. He picked up the ball on the edge of the area, cut inside onto his favoured right foot, and curled a stunning shot into the far corner. What a goal. That was pure quality from Sancho. It was a fantastic strike that left the Betis goalkeeper with absolutely no chance. 3-1 to Chelsea, and the celebrations were even wilder this time. Surely there was no way back for Betis now. The Chelsea fans were in dreamland. From the despair of being a goal down at half-time to the ecstasy of a 3-1 lead with just minutes remaining. It was an incredible turnaround, orchestrated by a team that refused to give up. The substitutions made by Enzo Maresca had all played their part. Reece James brought stability and drive, while Sancho provided that crucial third goal with a touch of class. It was a testament to the strength in depth of this Chelsea squad. Everyone contributed to this magnificent victory. And just to add the icing on the cake, Moises Caicedo got in on the act in stoppage time. With Betis pushing forward in a desperate attempt to find a way back into the game, Chelsea hit them on the counter. The ball fell to Caicedo just outside the box, and the Ecuadorian international smashed home Chelsea's 4th goal of the night in the 90+1 minute. A thunderous strike to cap off a remarkable second-half performance. 4-1, what a scoreline, what a statement. Chelsea were well and truly champions. Section 7. Crowning the champions, Palmer shines brightest. As the final whistle blew, the Wrocław Stadium erupted. Chelsea players and staff streamed onto the pitch, overcome with emotion. Hugs, cheers, tears of joy. It was a scene of pure elation. They had done it. They had conquered the UEFA Conference League. After a difficult first half, they had produced a second-half performance worthy of champions. The resilience, the character, the sheer quality they displayed was breathtaking. This was a victory that meant so much to everyone associated with the club. Unsurprisingly, the Man of the Match award went to Cole Palmer. And who could argue with that? 2 crucial assists in 5 minutes that completely turned the game on its head. He was the architect of Chelsea's comeback, the catalyst for their stunning victory. His performance in that second half was simply sensational. He showcased his incredible talent, his vision, and his ability to deliver under immense pressure. At such a young age, to dominate a European final like that, it's the mark of a truly special player, a superstar in the making, if he isn't one already. The trophy presentation was a joyous affair. Reece James, as club captain, had the honour of lifting the gleaming UEFA Conference League trophy aloft, amidst a shower of blue and white confetti. The cheers from the Chelsea faithful were deafening. Each player took their turn to hoist the trophy, a reward for their hard work and dedication throughout the season. This was Chelsea's 7th major European trophy, a remarkable haul that cements their place among Europe's elite clubs. It was a proud moment for everyone connected with the Blues. This victory was particularly sweet for manager Enzo Maresca. In his first season, he had guided the team back into the Champions League and now delivered a European trophy. He had instilled a winning mentality, a never-say-die attitude that was evident in their second-half performance. The players clearly respect him and have bought into his philosophy. This triumph provides a fantastic platform for Chelsea to build upon. The future looks incredibly bright under Maresca's guidance, with a squad full of talented and hungry players. Section 8. History makers, Chelsea's European Grand Slam. This UEFA Conference League victory wasn't just another trophy for the cabinet, it was a history-making moment for Chelsea Football Club. By lifting this particular piece of silverware, they achieved something no other club has ever managed. Chelsea became the very first team to win all 4 of UEFA's major men's club competitions. Think about that. The Champions League won in 2012 and 2021. The Europa League won in 2013 and 2019. The now defunct Cup Winners' Cup, secured in 1971 and 1998, and now in 2025, the Conference League. It's a phenomenal achievement. This unique Grand Slam of European trophies underscores Chelsea's enduring presence at the pinnacle of European football across different eras and different competitions. It speaks volumes about the club's ambition, its consistency and its ability to adapt and succeed. From the heroes of '71 to the modern-day champions, a rich tapestry of success has been woven. This latest triumph adds another glorious chapter to that illustrious history. It's a record that sets Chelsea apart, a testament to their standing as one of Europe's footballing powerhouses. For the American owners, Todd Boehly and Clear Lake Capital, this victory is hugely significant. It's their first major trophy since they took over the club in May 2022. There's been a lot of investment, a lot of changes, and undoubtedly a lot of pressure. To see that investment yield such a prestigious piece of silverware so relatively early in their tenure will be immensely satisfying. It vindicates their project and will surely galvanize everyone at the club from the boardroom to the training pitch. It's a fantastic return on their commitment. This 7th major European title also further solidifies Chelsea's status as one of England's most successful clubs in continental competitions. They have a rich heritage in Europe, and this latest win only enhances that reputation. The fans have witnessed so many memorable European nights over the years, and this victory in Wrocław will be cherished alongside those famous triumphs in Munich, Amsterdam, Baku and Porto. It's a legacy of success that continues to grow, and this team has proudly played its part in adding to it. Section 9, a new era. Blue is the colour Europe is conquered. Beyond the silverware and the historical milestones, Chelsea's victory in the UEFA Conference League final had another fascinating layer of significance. It brought an end to an astonishing run of dominance by Spanish clubs in European finals. Believe it or not, prior to this match, Spanish teams had won all 23 continental finals they had featured in since the start of the 2001-2 season. That includes finals where they played teams from other countries, and at even 4 all-Spanish finals. To break that incredible streak is some feat. This Chelsea side under Enzo Maresca were the ones to finally halt that remarkable sequence. It's a testament to their quality and their mental fortitude that they could overcome a very good La Liga team like Real Betis, especially after falling behind. It sends a message across Europe that the Premier League's strength is undeniable, and Chelsea are at the forefront of that. This triumph against a strong Spanish opponent on such a grand stage will resonate far beyond the confines of Stamford Bridge. It's a feather in the cap for English football too. For manager Enzo Maresca, this trophy caps off a truly brilliant first season in charge. He arrived with a clear vision, and he has implemented his style effectively, securing a 4th-place finish in the Premier League, guaranteed a return to the Champions League, which was a primary objective. Now, adding a European trophy to that achievement is simply outstanding. He has rejuvenated the squad, got them playing exciting, attacking football, and crucially, he has delivered silverware. The future looks incredibly promising with him at the helm. Looking ahead, this victory could be a springboard for even greater success. The American owners have shown their ambition, and with a young, talented squad, a progressive manager, and now a European trophy to their name, the sky's the limit. The experience of winning together, of overcoming adversity in a major final, will only strengthen the bond within the team. Chelsea fans have every reason to be optimistic. The Blues are back winning trophies, they've made history, and they've conquered Europe once more. What a season, what a final!